Toby and the Stout Gentleman. Toby is a tram engine. He is short and sturdy and has cow catchers and side plates and doesn't look like a steam engine at all. He takes trucks from farms and factories to the main line, and the big engines take them to London elsewhere, part of the United Kingdom. His tram line runs along roads and through fields and villages. Toby rings his bell cheerfully to everyone he meets. He has a coach called Henrietta, who's seen better days. She complains because she has few passengers. Toby's attached to Henrietta and always takes her with him. She might be useful one day, she says. It's not fair at all, grumbles Henrietta, as the buses roll past full of passengers. She remembers that she used to be full, and 9 trucks would rattle behind her. Now, there are only 3 or 4 for the farms and factories send their goods mostly by lorry. Toby's always careful on the road. Cars, buses and lorries often have accidents if they drive off the road. Toby hasn't had an accident for years, but the buses are crowded and Henrietta's empty. I can't understand it, says Toby's the tram engine. People come to see Toby, but they come by bus. As they drive past him along the road, they stare at him. Isn't he quite an old-fashioned? They laugh. They make him so cross. One day a car stopped close by, and a little boy and jumped out. "Come on, Bridget," she called to his sister, and together they ran across to Toby. 2 ladies and a stout gentleman followed. The gentleman looked important but nice. He was, of course, a fat controller. Toby didn't know this yet. The children ran back. "Come on, grandfather, do look at this engine," and seizing his hands, they almost dragged him along. "That is a steam tram, Stephen," said the stout gentleman. "Is it electric?" asked Bridget. "Whoosh!" hissed Toby crossly. "Shh!" said her brother. "You've offended him." "The trams are electric, aren't they?" asked Bridget. "They are mostly," the stout gentleman answered. "But this is a steam tram. May we go in it, please, grandfather?" The guard began to blow his whistle. "Stop!" said the stout gentleman. He raised his hand. The guard, surprised, opened his mouth, and the whistle fell out. While he picked it up, they all scrambled into Henrietta. "Hip, hip, hooray!" chanted Henrietta as she rattled happily behind Toby. But Toby did not sing. "Electric indeed," he snorted. He was very hurt. The stout gentleman and his family got out at the next station, but waited for Toby to take them back to their car. "What is your name?" asked the stout gentleman. "Toby, sir," said the tram engine. "Thank you, Toby, for a very nice ride." "Thank you, sir," said Toby politely. He felt better now and felt very happy inside his tank. spoiler. This gentleman, he thought, is a gentleman who knows how to speak to engines. The children came every day for a fortnight. Sometimes they rode with the guard, sometimes in empty trucks, and on the last day of their holiday, the driver invited them to his cab. I was sorry when they had to go away. Stephen and Bridget said thank you to Toby, his driver, his fireman and the guard. The stout gentleman gave them all a present. Peep, 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 whistled Toby. Come again soon. We will, called the children, and they waved till Toby was out of sight. The months passed. Toby had few trucks and few passengers. The last day, Toby, said his driver sadly one morning. The manager said, we must close tomorrow. That day, Henriette had more passengers than she could manage. They rode in the trucks and crowded into the brake van. The guard didn't have enough tickets to go round. The passengers joked and sang that Toby and his driver wished they wouldn't.